For some reason, the computer out in the other room has crashed and we don't have any internet connectivity out there. So in the office, this is episode number 104 today, guys, 104. And we are continuing with our series on entrepreneurship and small business. And I call this one, What For? Why would anybody start a small business? Go to the link tree in the bio, free products, free samples, free downloads, free home market evaluation. And if you're enjoying watching your senior moment, share it online and comment. Likes are nice and appreciated, but shares with comments are even better. Okay, look at the stats. 350 push-ups, sit-ups, and deep knee bends. 600 so far this month. 1550 is the goal for the month. 27,290 for the year. Okay, yesterday we talked about the employee mindset, trading time for money. And that's a scenario that really has resulted in people doing as little as they can to avoid getting fired, and an employer paying as little as they can to keep the employee from quitting. Not a very good scenario. And I got thinking about it, I thought, well, those same employees who are doing as little as possible to keep from getting fired are going home at night and working on something that they're passionate about, be it their music or some kind of a craft project or a side gig or something like that, and they're working till 2 o'clock in the morning on it. So it's not that they're not passionate about something. So then that brings me to the point is, well, why in the heck would anybody start a small business or go into business for themselves? What motivates people? What makes people want to do it? And how does all of that work? So our Small Business Administration is a wealth of knowledge in terms of statistics, and the Bureau of Labor and Statistics is fabulous for gathering statistics. So what we know is that 20% of small businesses fail in the first year. And by the fifth year, another 30% have failed. So by the fifth year, half of all the small businesses that have started have failed. By the 10th year, about 70% of them or so, a little over 70% have gone out of business. Now, we say failed. What we really mean is that they no longer exist. The reason for that is varied. Sometimes they just fail and they don't make any money, and people get tired of doing it. Other times they get sold because maybe they are successful and there's an opportunity for the owner to sell it and cash out. So that's another reason why they're gone. Or maybe another opportunity presented itself during that time that the owner got interested in, and rather than spending time on this business, he moved on to another business. The real business is a business that operates without the owner being there. That's the whole point of owning a business. Otherwise, what you've done is really just buy yourself a job or create yourself a job where you are both the employee and the employer. There are 31.7 million small businesses in the United States. Now think about that. That's one small business for every 10 people. It's 300 and some million people in the country, 31 million small businesses. That's a lot of small businesses. So most of the small businesses are like mom and pops, one or two person shops, either a guy doing independent contractor doing business himself, maybe with one employee, maybe with a family member or working alongside him. Why would anyone start a small business is the question. Well, there's motivation here. So there's really three areas of motivation as I see it. One would be they have a passion for the product. They love barbecue. So I love barbecue. I thought, well, why not start a barbecue restaurant? Because I love barbecue. I want to be in that barbecue world. I love it. I want to have a business that does barbecue. All right. That's one reason. Number two is freedom and control. Some people just don't want to be controlled. They want to have the freedom and flexibility of owning their own business, even though that freedom and flexibility means they're working 24/7. It doesn't matter to them. The point of it is that they're working 24/7 on their deal, not on somebody else's. So there's that freedom and control of the business. And then secondly, there's the legacy aspect of it. And that is to create something that's bigger than yourself, something that you can pass on to the next generation, or that you can have your sons and your grandsons work in the business with you. These are the motivating factors of small business. I fall into all three of them. So with that in mind, there's many other we'll just call them um, reasons for going into business. So you have, remember, it's all about the mindset. So some people just think they look at something and there's like a coffee shop. So they look at the coffee shops and they think, well, I can do it better. I can have a more personal experience. I can have a warmer and friendlier atmosphere. I don't need this big corporate business. So I'm going to make a coffee shop where we can have a more personal environment. I can do it better. Brew, grind my coffee in-house, roast my coffee in-house, whatever it is. They think they can do it better. They love the product and they think they can do it better. That's one reason. Next would be is it's an unmet need. So say that there's a niche in there that they feel and that they go to look for a product and they can't find a solution. And so they think to themselves, well, there's probably other people that can't find the same solution. And in seeking out the solution for themselves, they find other people and start providing that solution for the other people. And before you know it, they're finding more and more and more. And they think, hey, I could make a business out of this. All right. That's one way to do it. Some people just need work. They got maybe laid off of their jobs. A perfect example of that would be in the housing industry when it crashed many years ago. There were a lot of carpenters and tradesmen that got laid off, and they started doing handyman work and repair work and storm damage work and things like that. And pretty soon their word of mouth started going around, and before you know it, they're hiring a helper, and then they're hiring two helpers, and lo and behold, they get their general contractor's license, and now they're in business for themselves. So it was that kind of a thing that went on. And some people are just like, I just can't work for anyone else. Just because of maybe my family situation. I have a ill parent or a spouse or a child that needs constant care and attention. Maybe they have to take them to doctor appointments or take them here or take them there. And so they have to be able to have that flexibility to work around that other situation, whatever that may be. And owning your own business is the only way that will do it, because they can do contract work where I'm getting paid not for my time, but to do a project. And it doesn't matter when I do the project. So I can take my kid to the doctor and get the project done at night. And it all works out. So that's another great reason why people do it. Some people just take advantage of a circumstance. So say COVID. I mean, look at COVID. COVID has become an industry. I'm going to do a talk on COVID. COVID is an industry. There are a lot of people up there hoping that COVID never goes away because it's the best thing that ever happened to them. There is an entire industry on treating, testing, and taking care of COVID that just generates revenue, all on your tax dollar or the insurance company. And so that's an opportunity for someone to have a business that takes advantage of a circumstance. Or storm damage is another example, or something like that. Take advantage of a specific niche or need. So that is some of the reasons. I always just like to know how businesses work. I mean, I am I like the idea of being independent. I love all business. I've been owned quite a few different businesses, different companies, and even when I was an auditor. Working for the largest CPA firm in the world, we would audit the company. I was really curious about what made that company tick. How did it work? Where was the marketing come from? Where did they get their customers? How did they produce the product? That just is an interesting puzzle to me. And so when we have problems at either in real estate. I like dealing with the problems in real estate. Everyone loves it when things run smoothly. But when you have a problem, then that allows your expertise to come forward and you can solve the problem. I'm really good at solving problems. So we look at it globally and it's a puzzle and you get fulfillment. I get personal fulfillment out of solving that problem. So these are the kinds of mindsets that small business people have. And in this country, our country is, remember, only about 3 generations away from being a farmer. And when you're on the farm, trust me, you have to know how to do everything because you're out there, you're isolated, and if something goes wrong, it's up to you to fix it. There's nobody who can come and fix it for you. So it's that kind of a independent cowboy Western mindset that drives small business, and no one does it better than the United States of America. So that's small business in America, entrepreneurship. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit about the exit strategy and why people get out and what a serial entrepreneur really looks like. So that's it for today. We are at 11 minutes already, doggone it. Okay, I did my 50 push-ups this morning. Here's what happened. I got to 45 and I got a heck of a Charlie horse in my left pec. So I thought, I need some magnesium. And so the lovely and talented Sheila had Young Living Amino Wise on the shelf. So I went and took some Amino Wise, and in just a few minutes, it went away. I feel great. I finished my exercises. So my gratefulness moment is Young Living Amino Wise. So if you exercise a lot, check it out. If you go to the link tree in the bio, and Sheila will give you some information on it. You can read about it and find out if it's right for you. I think it's fantastic stuff, and I'm grateful that I have it today. So exercises are done. Don't forget to do them. 50 push-ups, sit-ups, deep knee bends, toe touchers. Take the initiative. You'll be better off for it. This is your senior moment. Remember, it's young living or assisted living. You can make your home a healthy home, and the older you get, the longer you want to live. I'm Keith Hittner Senior. We'll see you tomorrow.